Hi everyone, Comic Reviewer here. This time reviewing on Gem. Now, again, when I actually watched Gem, I actually got interested from a Yu-Gi-Oh! The Abridged reference and wanted to know more about what this Gem thing was. So after going on the internet, finding the TV series, I watched some of the episodes years ago. I actually got into it. Now, the premise of Gem is about young Jerrica Benton, who mainly becomes a singer after finding her father's work on a computer called Synergy. Now, Synergy is kind of like Zordon from Power Rangers, or kind of like an IA system. It is mainly a large computer system that is able to do holograms, able for Jerrica to turn to her gem form, and even able to help her out in situations. Other characters you get are Kimber, who is Jerrica's sister, and the one who has many dates. You have Aya, who is Asian American, and mainly a foster child. Shayna, who is African American, and also Jerrica's foster sister as well. You also have Carmen, who is meant to be Mexican American. Now, unlike the other ones, she technically has family, and she technically does appear for one episode when they need a band member. Now, at the same time, in the first few episodes, there is this story arc about Eric Raymond, who used to work with Jerrica's father, who took over Starlight Enterprises. By the end of the story arc, Jerrica eventually gets it back. Now, Eric Raymond's role in the show is that he either bribes, manipulates, steals, or cons his way out of things. At the same time, he has his own band, the Misfits, which consist of Pizzazz, who is a rich, spoiled brat. You have Stormer, who is the kind yet considerate member. Roxanne, who we don't know much about, and we don't see any of her family members. And Jenna, who is included later on in the series as kind of like the British member. Now, most of the episodes either have them dealing with the Misfits' plot to take over their spotlight, either helping the character of the day, or stopping someone for their own selfish benefits. Usually when the characters go into song, we see their names in highlight, and their song name in it. Now, what's also interesting is Jerrica also has a relationship with Rio, one of her closest friends in that. The problem I have with the relationship is toxic, it is vile, because anytime I see Rio in the show, he either acts like he's the smart guy, and sometimes he either sounds cruel or hurtful, and seems to take things personally and can be a bit of a hothead. I prefer the more other versions of Rio because he acts more better than this version of Rio. Now, what's interesting is that the only character from the Starlight Girls who are mainly foster children is Bonnie, and there is this running theme about Bonnie finding her father, which of course is which eventually does find her father in the season 3 final. Now, what's actually interesting about Gem and the Holograms was that from season 3, you had another band team known as the Stingers. You had Riot and his two backup singers. One of them was voiced by Kath Souza. Now, I actually do like Riot a bit more as a character. Why? Unlike Rio, who was a hothead, Riot was a bit more calm and relaxed, and at the same time we see a bit more of his background to see why he acts the way he does, and his later parts on friendly terms with Gem and Jerrica. Now, with Gem and the Holograms, it ended in 1989. Of course, this was the time when the 80s were about to come to a close, and so on. Now, the problem with the Stingers I found in Season 3 was mainly that there was about 12 or 13 episodes, and they shut up for a few of them. It doesn't really feel like it builds on them as much, and it feels like they're just added in there to be third-rate nuisances. Now, what's interesting with Gem and Jerrica, there was a lot of toy line material, like dolls, annuals, also like VHS tapes and everything else. Now, of course, in Gem and the holograms is that mainly the show itself, Eric Raymond also had an assistant called Tech Rat, who mainly is implied to have germophobia and is actually shown to dislike to be touched, and mainly comes up with inventions. Most of them seem beneficial, but some of them seem like bad ideas, like giving Passaz a laser gun, or going back in time to trade one person for the other one. What's interesting is that the show also goes into serious issues, like homelessness, also like runaways, drugs, and so on. And it does a bit well in doing the story some justice. And it goes into some serious stuff. So what I think of Gem and the Holograms, it is definitely not a bad show, and I give it some credit. My only concern is Rio's character, and the stingers being included for the few episodes of Season 3. So I give it a thumbs up. Still good and still alright. So, Comic Reviewer here, signing out.